Welcome to the 2024-25 Concordia Men's Tennis Season Preview. My name is Matt Menzel, being joined by assistant coach Ricky Budowitz. Sounds different, from all those years of being on the tennis court. Did you always think that you would, after your tennis playing days, you'd go the coaching route?
No, it was kind of a surprise. I wasn't really planning on that. I just was kind of going with the flow, and the opportunity came up, so I was excited to take it.
So how was the adjustment for you back in the fall? Obviously the women's tennis season, but then you got a little bit of the fall men's tennis season. How was that transition for you going from playing to coaching?
Yeah, it was definitely different, not having as much of the performance side, but coaching and sharing some of that. And the women's coaching was a little bit different. Obviously, men's tennis is a bit different, so that has been an adjustment that I'm still making, but it's been a lot of fun.
Is it hard to just kind of stand there and watch versus going out there and getting a racket and playing?
Yes. Yeah, it's been kind of hard, and I've been able to play in at practice, but yeah, at the matches, it's a little bit different. But still kind of when I was watching my teammates and not being able to play if my match was over, it's kind of similar to that.
Well, let me ask you about that. Okay, so now you've put the coach's hat on. What are you watching? When you watch these matches, what are you looking for?
Kind of similar as when I was a player, so watching the opponent and where their weaknesses are, what their strengths are, and kind of what they're doing to our players. But it's also a little bit different because, I know my style, so now I'm seeing 6 to 8 of our players having to know their styles, what works for their game, so kind of matching that up a little bit differently.
How well did you know going into the men's tennis season these athletes? How have you gone about getting to know what they're all about?
Yeah, and we have a couple new faces on the team, a couple new freshmen, so that has been, part of my role to get to know them a little bit. But yeah, just kind of being at practice and running through the drills and answering any questions that they have, just kind of getting to know them on the court and off the court too.
As mentioned, they did compete a little bit in the fall, and then there's a little bit of time off before the spring portion of the season gets started. What are the expectations, I guess, in that in-between? When do you get back into that season mindset?
Yeah, so during the off season, we have some time for them to really reset from the fall. That could be open courts where the coaches aren't there, hitting the weight room, kind of working on what they need to work on. And we're starting our 4th week of practice now, so we've had some time to kind of get back into the swing of things now.
And this past weekend, as we taped this, you guys were in action, and obviously, as you look ahead, conference right around the corner. But you look at this roster breakdown of 11. I guess what were your takeaways from this first weekend back from that lengthy winter break?
Yeah, we played 2 really solid teams. We had some close matches, a couple third set tie breaks, and close finishes there. I forgot the rest of your question.
No, I guess you just look at the way they played and just I guess your takeaways.
Yeah, definitely saw them put into play some of the things that we worked on in practice. Getting into that consistency. Haven't had some matches in a while, so getting back into that.
When we look at the roster breakdown, there are 3 seniors, there are 4 freshmen. Do you guys have a pretty good feel for what that lineup's going to look like from here on out, or is that kind of an ongoing developing situation?
Yeah, based on what we saw this weekend, I think, we'll reevaluate that as, the season goes on, but I think that we have a solid lineup so far.
So you're having fun now, coaching, getting used to the coaching aspect?
Yes, it's fun. A lot less of a workout, so it's good.
Finally, what do you expect from the conference? I know obviously on the women's side it's a little bit different, but on the men's side, typically the likes of IIT, right in the mix of things, MSOE. What do you expect from the conference?
Yeah, I think that we'll have still those tough teams that we'll be in competition with. As far as their lineup, I don't know who they lost or who they brought in, so I think it'll be really tough again. So hopefully we can compete with that.
Well, Ricky, thanks a lot for your time. All the best here this spring.
Thank you.
And be sure to stay tuned to CUW Falcons.com for more information on the men's tennis team. And thanks for watching this men's tennis season preview.